All right, everyone. So this is going to be a single take, no script, no AI. I'm just going to talk. So I just got out of a meeting with one of my participants in the accelerator program. They've got an amazing product, but he asked me, why aren't you doing more videos? And it turns out I just had more excuses, and he wasn't buying it. So he's told me that if I want to succeed, or I should say, if I want the accelerator program to succeed, I need more eyeballs. And if I need more eyeballs, I need people to be watching things. I have a YouTube channel, I have a few subscribers, but I am not consistent with my videos at all. So he basically called me out for not doing a good job for them, because his exact words were, if you do well, we'll do well, which means more pre-orders for them. He's right. So I'm going to do this for the next 21 days until the month ends, once a day. And let's see what unfiltered video we get. He specifically asked, do not edit. He wants a single take. He doesn't care if someone comes and interrupts me. He just wants me to just talk. So I've been pushing him and the rest of the teams out of their comfort zone. So if someone's pushing me, I should be open to it, right? So that's what we're going to do. I realize I'm saying a lot of so shit. Can I edit that out? Maybe I'll beep it out. Okay. Yeah. Huh. What do we talk about? Accelerator program. That's what we need to talk about. It's been 10 weeks thus far. I have not done a good job of keeping up and talking about the accelerator program. Once in a while, I'll make a video, but there's no consistency, which is why he's calling me out. In these 10 weeks, it's been crazy to see the progress of how all these teams have iterated, come to terms with what their idea is, their problem they're solving, the solution. We started going through mock pitches 6 weeks, so it's been 3 weeks of going through it. But because they've been hearing the same people pitch over and over again, engagement has dropped. And that's concerning because I want them to have the best possible output the day of the pitch in front of all the judges. I mean, that's one of the big reasons why we're doing this, along with helping them gain clarity. I brought it up multiple times, but it seems like it's not doing justice for them to engage with one another. And what would I say? You know, some suggested that, okay, we have a guest. Sorry? Maid? No. 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 No, thank you. Just had a dog walker interrupt asking if we needed domestic help. I'm going to go close the gate. For what?
Is it just one that you saw in here?
Just that one. The gate was slightly open because my wife came in, so I guess he saw it as an invite to come and ask the question. Anyway, back to topic. Engagement, right. He did mention I need to be looking at the camera, so looking at the camera, not down, looking at, okay. Engagement hasn't been great, and I'm not happy about it. So it's clear some teams really care, some teams not as much, and that's going to dictate the overall performance and the output of what they have to do. I actually spend most of the day working on my own pitch. So I might have mentioned this in the other video. I felt that it was not fair for me to do my first cohort, never done an accelerator program, and expect the 9 teams to just listen to what I had to say. Yeah, I've got some experience in the corporate world. I've got experience in Bitcoin. I've traveled. I've been told to do a video on each of those specific swim lanes or each of those specific experiences. But accelerator program, never. So I felt it was only fair for me to get my own hands dirty and pitch myself. So each week, along with all the other participants, so there's 9 teams in total, 15 members, I complete a deliverable. I go through the weekly theme. I tell them what went well, what didn't go well, what I need help with. I track a North Star so that they know I'm in it with them in the trenches and that I'm not completely far removed and just a talking head on video once a week or 3 times a week because we have 2 times office hours. And it was not easy. I've been working on this pitch for a few weeks. I pitched the first time on week 6 and iterating each week. It's been a humbling experience because I've been telling them what's your business model, and I don't really have a business model myself. Sure, getting equity from these teams works long term, but short term, what do? I realize it comes down to sponsors for the program as well as the pitch day. My storyline's okay, but it could be refined. The slides are minimal. I'm a big believer on keeping slides minimal and not overdoing and having it say too much, because if someone's reading off the slides, why am I presenting? So for that reason, slides aren't too bad, but the talk track and the slides weren't doing justice to the overall narrative that I wanted to share. Also, trying to articulate the current alternatives, which is taking grants or joining a traditional fiat accelerator program, what their weaknesses are and how I compare or how this program compares from its strengths wasn't resonating with the group when I presented, so that needed a lot of iteration. Also, I don't have a team. I'm single-handedly doing this. So the about us slide doesn't punch them in the face of why me, why student of Bitcoin, why should they apply, why cohort number 2. So there's a lot of unanswered questions, and I don't suspect I have full clarity by the end of this cohort, but the fact that I have 9 teams going through it is a big telltale sign that the problem does exist. And the problem being, we don't have many recognized brands in the global south, specifically in the Bitcoin space. Most of the companies, especially the commercial companies, are concentrated in North America and Europe. So that was my morning, going through 3 hours of pitch curation and slide creation, cleaning up little nuances. And then from one of the teams, a little conflict of interest, but I'm part of one of the teams that I joined right after the summit last year. They wanted to build hardware in India, and I was floored, and I wanted to be part of that journey. So I told them that I want to help wherever I possibly can. After some brainstorm, we came up with product idea number 2, which is a metal plate. So India is going to have its first in-country or locally manufactured metal plate to secure your seed phrase. How awesome is that, right? It's called Kosh. Kosh in Sanskrit means treasure, and it is spelled, our product at least is spelled K-O-S-S-H, or K-O-S-H-H, as in shh. So it's treasure with silence, so it's meant to be your secret treasure. We've iterated through multiple form factors, and now we're finalizing on one, and we'll be distributing it at the summit that's coming up in Dharamshala in 2 weeks time. So I was actually creating a pre-order form for that product, because I guess I'll introduce another project in India. It's called Bitcoin Her. Shout out to Shambhavi, who is managing this. It's about bringing together or I should say it's a safe space for women to talk about Bitcoin and discuss all things Bitcoin. She's doing a luncheon, I believe it's 7 cities in India, where she brings together women of that city to have a lunch and just discuss the topic of Bitcoin and anything adjacent to it. So she's been on my case asking, there's interest for pre-orders, and I didn't have a pre-order form. So a few hours went just completing the pre-order form. And man, AI is insane. I gave it a raw image, prompted a few tweaks. It gave me an extremely polished, Photoshop looking image that I can use for these pre-order forms. But I do realize that I'm not great at prompting, so it does take me some time. So prompt engineering is definitely going to be a field that everyone's going to be hiring for. Or maybe agents just do it with natural language. Who knows? Everything's moving so quickly. I've been so sucked into Bitcoin, I haven't focused too much on the agent gold rush. I need to. Maybe after the accelerator program, that should be a focus. So after Kosh, in the pre-order form is when I had this conversation with one of the participants, and I should mention what he's working on. He's working on a project called CryoBrick. So hardware wallets, if you think about it, in Bitcoin, it's pretty recognizable. Cold Card, Trezor, no Ledger, Bitbox, Seed Signer, Foundation. If you Google search them, you'll know it's a Bitcoin wallet. There's usually some logo, some insignia that can help someone, a customs agent, anyone that finds it, to reverse engineer that, or at least identify that it's something related to Bitcoin. So the problem they're looking to solve is, how do you create a Bitcoin hardware wallet that is inconspicuous? It doesn't scream Bitcoin. So they're actually going to install a Blue Wallet-like software wallet into a feature phone. A feature phone is like your dumb Nokia brick phone that we used to carry around before the entire smartphone revolution. And that's what they're working on. And when they pitched this in November last year at the summit, I was one. The moment they had shared that, I was like, yes, this is amazing. Why? Because I never carry a hardware wallet when I travel, maybe the Seed Signer with Tetris installed. For the first time, I chose to carry a Bitcoin wallet because it looks like a phone, and customs stopped me. Thankfully, they didn't ask me to enter in my PIN, but they did ask me to power it on. So the problem of an everyday looking object that contains a Bitcoin wallet deeply resonated. I've been pushing him. I would say he is on the extreme spectrum of cypherpunk, privacy, freedom, big words that I usually don't have in my vocabulary, because to me, Bitcoin started as software. It wasn't about money. It wasn't about freedom. None of that. Software. Software is what made sense to me. I had a career in software. I sold software. Tech made sense, and Bitcoin was software that I didn't need permission for. So software is what got me into Bitcoin, not the money at all. So that's why I don't have the words that easily at the top of my tongue, or the tip of my tongue, sorry. But he's been one of the most engaged team members or participants throughout the program. So kudos to him. So we started the meeting, we went through his presentation, we talked about his pitch, and I have a pitch as well, right? So they've been judging me each time that we have these dry runs, and last time it didn't sit well with him. He called me out. He said, your business model sucks, your story isn't like lining up, and why would anyone join cohort 2? No one knows what this is about, right? How many people actually know this is happening? You're not being public about this. You have one post here and there. And if no one knows this is happening, then how are they going to find us? How are we going to get investments if we want to get an investment? So our VC's looking. All valid points. And when he brought up the question about why aren't you putting more YouTube videos, I just had an excuse after an excuse. You know, one was I don't do it, or I'm not used to it. Taking too much time is an excuse. It was just excuses after excuses, right? What else did I tell him? I said, oh, I could be banned from YouTube. And he's like, dude, why are you even worried about that? Like, if they ban you, then you can worry. You can go to Rumble. Don't be too concerned about what this is right now. Just do it and find consistency. That's what matters. So consistency is what I'm going to aim for.
Maker.
Maybe this is a bad time to be recording, so got interrupted by another delivery. And now they're talking, so maybe we move this a little. Over here. The lighting isn't that great, but I'm sure he's going to be very satisfied that I haven't edited and doing it one take. Maybe I'll just speed up the parts where I haven't been around. Okay, where were we? Before we got interrupted, we were at... Hello? The excuses. Oh, I'll get banned. I'm not used to it. I don't want to be on YouTube. And he's like, dude, you're already public, but what you're doing? You're on LinkedIn, you're on X, your face is there. So what is stopping you from YouTube? He's right. I just needed to hear the truth. But he wants me to do 1 hour videos. I don't know how I'm going to do that. There are a few topics that I could rant about 1 hour. There are certain topics in Bitcoin that I could rant for a total of 1 hour or more because I'm very passionate about those topics. So now it's a matter of sitting down and actually recording it for an hour. I promised him for the next 21 days, I will post one video. So maybe I should just call it the 21-day challenge. One video for 21 days and see what I learn about this whole process. Keep editing light. Maybe I'll just fast forward the parts where I'm not here, I get interrupted. Going back to the accelerator program because that's important. For the 21 days, because that's when the accelerator program will finish, I will continue doing as many videos or a video a day, discuss what's happening because I haven't done a great job of keeping on top of what it is. "10 weeks. Yeah, I could have done way better. Even if I came at the end of the day and just did a rant for even 2 minutes each, that could have compounded for 90 days. So, well, no point in being unhappy with the past, so let's work towards the future. So I'll come back here. Work towards the future. Well, I don't even know who's gonna watch this. Some will, I think. That's it. So he was funny. He said, nobody cares. People will watch anything. Is it true? He said people watch people that are sleeping, people that are playing games, people that are cooking, cleaning. He even said, if you're, in the washroom shitting and you have an idea, take a video, tell people that you're in the washroom, you have an idea that you want to get out and you're going to do it. I thought it was a little extreme. I don't think I'll do that. I'll probably just take what I have here. It's a camera on top of a tripod and I sit down most of the day, so standing feels, I can move around. I've got a little bit of freedom. I can come back, I can come front, I can turn around. Maybe I should sit down. Can I stand for an hour and talk? There are a few topics I could talk about. I could talk about how I got into Bitcoin, the words that I hate in Bitcoin, my journey in Africa. Oh, he gave me such a hard time. He specifically said, there's so many people creating videos. You were there for 1.5 years. Why did you not make any videos while in Africa? And he's right. I was just embracing everything that we came across and I wasn't thinking about social media at all. And to be honest, I'm not a big social media person per se. Excuse me, excuse me. Oh, bless me. I'm not much on social media. I was on Instagram. The last Instagram post I had was in 2019 when I was getting my scuba diving license and I dove into the waters at night. So it's pitch black. I jump into the water, and that's the last video of me on Instagram. So I'm not, except X, yeah, because of Bitcoin. Ever since I started learning about Bitcoin, X is where I've been following the folks. I didn't really post anything like everyone. I just consumed until 2023, 21. I think it's 22 when I started actively posting. Maybe this is the recipe for another video. How did this all get started? But let's keep this focused on the accelerator program. There are 2 weeks to go. This week, what's the theme for this week? Shit. Is it next week is next steps, this week is mode experiments? How do I not know what this week is? Okay, I'm gonna cheat. So I'm gonna open up the weekly deliverable file and see what it is. I'm just blanking out right now. Next steps. Excuse me. Next week is all about, week 11. We're in week 11, not week 10. Last week was week 10. Week 10 was about the moat. What makes us unique? What helps us? How can we defend ourselves and our projects, our ideas, our products? For me, was defensible. The fact that it's global majority, no one's really building an accelerator program in the global majority. And myself, no one's come from a corporate background, from 10 years of structure, then traveled in Bitcoin in Africa. I mean, how many people have spent 15 months in Africa going north to south from Cairo to Cape Town to see 10 different countries, how money's broken across those countries, how the people are different. And Africa isn't all about safaris. There's so much more to it. That's another video. So there is a moat. I need to strengthen that viewpoint. And this week is about next steps for all the teams. So what's next for us? Whew. Well, clearly for the next 21 days, I need to post one video, talk more about the accelerator program, and just get better doing this, which is looking here. I realized that I looked either at the screen here, not here, or I was looking down. So I'll get better. Do I mention the person who is not asking me or forcing me, who has challenged me to do better so that we can all have an improved outcome? Call him Mr. A. Mr. A, thank you for that meeting. I would say I'm running out of things to talk about. Maybe I will wait for tomorrow. Day one done.